by Prosecco Zero. A beautiful sky, and Urban Machado organized this event for us to get together and do something creative and fun, and that's a cocktail competition. So I'm going to give you a run of a show for today, how it's going to look. I work with USBG on a board of directors, and I'm in charge of our Fort Lauderdale people. So for all of you who live in this area, you are more than welcome to always reach out to me for any USBG needs, for upcoming events, for instructions how to sign up, how to be more involved in the community, and all that fun stuff. So like I said, today we're here thanks to Prosecco Zero. Urban. He approached me with this idea a while ago, and he wanted to get local talent together. He wanted to do something nice for the community. We all know what we all have been through. There haven't been many competitions since we went into lockdown last year, and it's just really nice for all of us to get together, talk to each other, you know, make friends, and do what we love the most, and that's make cocktails and hopefully make some money. He has some great prizes for you guys today. The first place will take home $300 and maybe some bottles or something.
Sure.
Place will take,
when in doubt, just throw bottles.
Yeah. Second place will take home $150, and the third place is taking home a $50 the Wilder gift certificate. So overall, really fun event. Along with that, Urban will taste the salt on Prosecco Zero, explain us what makes this Prosecco different. We're going to taste the rosé and the Prosecco, and then we're going to do something really fun. We're going to learn how to savor bottles. So I'm super excited about it.
I am too. Who's going to teach you?
I'll teach you in the kitchen.
No.
When it comes to what we have going on with USBG, we have a few events scheduled for the future. Our next one coming up will be April 26th. We have health and wellness sessions going on in Blvd Beach, sponsored by One Would Like Tequila. I believe Jules is heading that one.
That's right.
So I don't know if you want to tell them a little bit about it.
Sure. So so we've got a fun class. We've got Planted by Posh is going to be teaching a basically like an interval training class and an app session, and then the founder of One With Like Tequila is also going to walk us through a meditation session, and we'll do a little Q&A with her as well. So it should be fun. We've got Fever Tree coming as well. Welcome cocktails, lots of snacks. So
Thank you.
5 to 7, and 5 to 7 on a Monday. That's the last Monday of the month, the 26th. And also, we're trying to make this a regular thing, like a wellness thing, like a monthly thing. So if you guys have ideas, suggestions, we're also working out the time. So if you guys have a preferred time that this would work best for you, afternoons, evenings, definitely reach out. Just talk to me after this, or reach out. I do the Instagram for the USBG, so feel free to DM me there and just give me your feedback, ideas for classes as well, anything.
Awesome. Thank you, Jules. I also wanted to shout out Candice over here, who taught us a virtual yoga class while we were in lockdown. So thank you for that. She did it for free, just to support our bartenders while we were all stuck at home. Candice does yoga, so you guys can follow her and see all the fun stuff that she has going on. Other than that, we have virtual party on Sunday, April 25th. It's at 9 p.m. and it's via Zoom. Pretty much a bunch of bartenders get together, play silly games, get drunk, what we do the best. And then a really big one is our Woodford Reserve event. That's going to be on May 4th at 1 p.m. at Farmer's Table in Palm Beach Gardens. I don't know if Natalia wants to tell us a little bit about it.
It's a surprise because I haven't created it yet. Just show up. I'm a good time. Those who know me, know me. And but jokes aside, for those who don't know me, Natalia Cardenas, I was a former board member of USBG Miami. We'll definitely have some education, and we'll definitely have some drinks, okay? So come out and hang out.
Awesome. And as you guys, most of you already know, we tried to have the Fort Lauderdale session within USBG Palm Beach chapter quarter July, which would be the first Tuesday of the month. So again, my Fort Lauderdale people, if you guys have any ideas, I know Alex spread some great ideas of what we should do during that meeting. So we should all kind of like start getting together a little more, just so we can hear you guys out, just so we can hear what do you guys want to see more of in Fort Lauderdale. There's a lot going on in Miami, there's a lot going on in West Palm. So, you know, if you guys reach out to me, maybe I can make it happen so it's more fun to you. So we're actually doing something that you guys want to see. So that's what we have coming up. Yes, please.
Hi everybody. Two things. I'm gonna move it because you're doing your thing on the 26th. But if anybody here has never done a cocktail competition, let me know. I'm gonna do a workshop at my bar, the Breakthrough Bar, on the 27th. That's for people who've never done competitions, to tell you the do's and don'ts. And then also May 24th here, we're gonna do a Florida-inspired select spritz competition. So not Aperol, select spritz, Florida style. I think the first prize will be like 300, 200, 100. As soon as I finish that flyer there today, I'll send it out. I'll send it to you. We'll post it wherever we need to post it. If you don't know, I was the vice president for Miami chapter for 5 years. I just got kicked out for sexual harassment of Ben Potts. But not sure.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, he harassed me.
He asked for it.
Yeah, he did.
It's fine.
No, but so I helped build up the Miami chapter to what it is now, and I moved to Fort Lauderdale a year ago, 2 weeks before shutdown. So trying to do that here with Tamara and a WhatsApp group that we have that is just for tradecraft, basically to, if you need help with infusions or find out which distributor sells what, if you want to be a part of it, let us know. But I will say real quickly, the way we built in Miami was everybody supported each other, go to each other's bars, do competitions, don't talk shit about each other, because there's a lot of people who talk shit about each other and they get X'd out real fast. Nobody knows everything. I don't know everything. I have a really great job. I don't know everything behind my bar, but you help each other out. And there's a lot of opportunity for you guys and girls to become brand ambassadors, suppliers, distributors, do things that you never thought we'd be able to do, go around the world. I mean, I've been around the world. I've been on trips abroad, everywhere. There's so many cool opportunities for bartenders if you put in the time to do it right. So when you see these things, pay attention. You never know who's sitting at your bar. You never know who really important sitting at your bar. I had Simon Ford sitting at my bar. I didn't know who it was, and he vouched for me to get my job 8 years ago. So I did a magic trick for him. That's how I got it. My tricks suck. So that's all I got.
Thank you, Alex. Like you mentioned, if you guys are not part of our Fort Lauderdale WhatsApp chat, get with me after. I'll be happy to add you. We share fun stuff, upcoming events, but also, you know, give each other heads up if there's ATF in town, whatever. It's just really, really useful to be part of the community. Because like you said, you never know what's going on in town, what can help you in the future. So I'm gonna hand it over to Rob, who's gonna tell you guys a little bit about USBG in general, what we do, why is it important to be a part of it, why I think it's important, or he thinks it's important to be a part of it, how to join, and yeah, thank you, Rob.
Alex really said a lot of good stuff about it, to be honest with you. A lot of the best reasons he said is why we did this. The chapter was formed in 2013 in June. The reason why is a lot of us bartenders in Palm Beach and Fort Lauderdale were kind of burnt out, which I'm sure some of you guys have gone through. Like, we're doing this for so long, like, what do we do next? And then finding out that there was this guild, this group of passionate bartenders that were giving away free education, talking about how to become better at your craft and going on these trips and all this amazing stuff. I'm like, this is amazing. Where's it at? Miami. Cool, let's go. So we'd wake up early in the morning, drive down to Miami, learn all this cool stuff, make all these great connections with, you know, so many great people. John Lemare and all those guys back then were hosting me down in the bar. We learned so much, we drink, but then we'd have an hour drive back after drinking all day, and every couple of weeks, like, this was not probably the smartest thing to start doing, so like, let's form a chapter up here. Found out how to do it, we formed a chapter, and the first thing I said was what Alex almost verbatim said. I was the first one to raise my hand. I don't know everything, you don't know everything, let's drop the fucking egos and learn from each other, right? And that's how it started. Competition is key. You learn every time you compete in something. Every competition I've done, I learned something new. A new judge, a new recipe, a new connection, something. Education. There's so much free education out there. You can be the bartender back there on your bar, on your cell phone. Why isn't it busy, this and that. Or you can be the one actively doing something. The more you put in this industry, the more you get out. And that's so true. Like Alex said, all the trips, all the education, all the stuff we've done is because we took an active initiative, thank you, an active initiative to learn to do more and put ourselves out there. So come to these events. If you haven't, there's an iPad there. Just hit that, sign up. It's 3 easy questions: your name, email address, and phone number. That's how we let you know about these upcoming events, as well as we keep track who shows up. The more times you show up, you're not going to spoil it for you, but you kind of get some surprises for that. So hit the iPad. You haven't done it without that. USBG is great. If you want to learn more, the easiest thing to learn from us is usbgpalmbeach.org is our website. It has all of our past events up there, a lot of videos from past events that we've learned, like molecular mixology. I want to learn about that. Boom, the video's on the website from that event. And you, even though you missed it, you can still be a part of it. So check it out. Talk to Tamara. She's amazing. Make it back.
Thank you, Rob. I think we touched upon everything. Again, thank you guys so much for coming.
Wait, I have something to say. You don't know me. First of all, I want to thank you for having me. I'll tell you who I am for a second, and whatever I say, I promise, is going to be good. My name is Joe Martin, and I wanted to kind of like give you a tip because I understand that you're all bartenders over here, and I live in Fort Lauderdale, and I want the environment to thrive and get amazing. And I want to tell you something that you need to understand that you are if you are bartenders. If you are bartenders, you're influencers for drinks. I built my business called BoxyCharm to sell $500 million, and it's all about makeup, and you can believe me when I tell you I don't know anything about makeup. I know influencers, I know marketing, I know how to create awareness. When you make a drink, and you make it in a cool, chic way, and you didn't post it, that's a missed opportunity. Build your TikTok, build your Instagram, build an awareness about you. At the bar you're at, about you. It's going to be a matter of time that you're going to be like the beauty influencer that my company is working with, and we work with thousands of them, sending them free stuff, and boy can I tell you, millions of dollars in spend, so they can mention our boxes. And in return, the biggest makeup brands want to work with BoxyCharm, so then the influencers can talk about them, and we can create awareness. Now, it doesn't come because I understand the product as much. Today I do actually. I know anything about makeup if you want to know. Makeup, skincare, and anything else, but I know how to create awareness. You guys have a lot of power, and that's one untapped industry. I see The Rock selling tequila. Like, no one ever seen tequila before. Why? Because he has awareness. Did he ever talk about tequila in his life? I haven't seen him talking about that. I have to say I followed him all the time, but I've seen his post, he never mentioned tequila, but he was able to create awareness about tequila. But imagine, if you go and you show your favorite tequila and you keep showing drinks and you have your traditional drinks, that you are a destination now for your bar because people would get your particular drink that's iconic to you. And they're gonna tag you and they're gonna post you because you made it Instagrammable. And you're going to be a destination for your bar. Wherever you go, you're your own brand. Right? Think about that. I would suggest you go on Clubhouse. Think about personal marketing. If you learn marketing today, in a year from today, you're going to understand that it's like location in the past. So back then, the first rule of business was location, location, location. You understand that today it's no longer like that. But it is about marketing, marketing, marketing. If you start doing this now and you grow your followers because they like what you do, every person that would come over would want to take a selfie with you, tag your drink, will tag you, you will be successful in what you do. It's like a makeup artist that eventually start understanding that they need to go and publicize their work every time in order for them to be booked for the next decade. And get sponsorship opportunity, get everything. And by that time, you're gonna see people coming knocking on your door and say, how about we do a collab over a particular product, particular drink, particular tequila line. So this is my suggestion for you guys. I had no idea what am I coming into, but I really make it happen.
That was really good advice.
Thank you, guys.
Wanted to add something?
Yes, I just have a save a date. We're doing something with World-Class Studio Events. It's going to be an online event May 20th at 2 p.m. So save the date. We're doing a punch modernism workshop with Katie Renshaw. She's the 2019 bartender of the year. So,
Amazing.
so save the date, please.
Awesome. Well, without further ado, I'm gonna hand it over to Irvin from Prosecco Zero, who's gonna.
Oh, hey guys.
Who's gonna.
Guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. First of all, I'm honored to be part of this selected group. I followed the USBG for a while. Big fan of my friends, the Wilder, with Ruby, of course, you, Tamara. But really, something that caught my attention was when the whole world shut down, USBG opened up. That to me was really powerful. The first message I got was from USBG saying, "Hey man, how are you doing? How's your restaurant doing?" I said, "Well, we're fucked," right? I just got a letter saying I'm furloughed. I don't have a job. I went from the most powerful buyer. For those who don't know, I oversee Big Time Restaurant Group. I'm a sommelier and also studying biochemistry at UC Davis. But everything went from 100 to 0. The only thing that was constant was this human touch, right? This fraternity, which was the USBG. So I reached out to Tamara, we talked, we did different events, different things. You know what, let's see how we can help our community. And at the exact same time, I was working with the USBG and making sure that we can do our part with the community. I decided to reach out to my partners in Italy, Guido, Paul. Big round of applause for Guido. He's very shy. I love to put Guido in very uncomfortable positions because it's hilarious, but he's very Italian, very old school, of course. Anyways, so I reached out to. You can already say he's like a traffic light. Anyway, so I reached out to Guido and I said, "Listen, man, you guys represent a very important winery for me called Peninsula." I said, "Why don't we make a wine with 0 added sugar? How can we make a Prosecco with 0 added sugar?" This is a lot more difficult than you think. It really was. It was pretty hard because when you think about Prosecco is effectively following the steps of Champagne, right? Champagne is an incredible region in France that makes a wine that requires sugar. But why does Champagne require sugar? Because it's very cold in Champagne, right? That's why you have a blend of grapes. Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, Meunier, Bousson, right? You have 7 different grapes. Why do you need 7 different grapes to make wine? Because the weather is shit. So, if you have at harvesting time of Pinot Noir, you have a rain, destroys the vineyard, it's okay. You maybe still can have some Chardonnay. You maybe still can save some Meunier. And then you blend it all up, you make a base wine, and then hopefully you can make a Champagne. That's why most Champagnes are non-vintage. You only get 3 good years every decade for a vintage Champagne, right? So Prosecco follows a very similar train of thought. They say, well, we want bubbles, so we need to add sugar. What we thought was, well, why do you need to add sugar? Champagne came as a mistake almost, because I don't know if you guys have ever looked into the history of it, but the biggest challenge for Champagne is how do you create a bottle strong enough to contain the pressurized environment? Because when they were adding the sugar, it was creating a secondary fermentation. 4 grams of sugar gives you 1 bar of pressure. So if you're talking about Champagne having 6 to 7 bars of pressure, you need 21, 25 grams of sugar added to create that pressurized environment. So the bottles are just exploding, right? But because it's cold, so the grapes are very acidic. So we say in Prosecco, in Treviso, in Trieste, in Italy, you have a much warmer climate. You don't need to add sugar. Make an honest spirit, right? Mixology came about with the invention of ice. Before ice, everything was an honest spirit. You would drink bourbon, you would drink vodka, you would drink tequila, right? But you wouldn't mix it up because the addition of ice created a hydrolyzing environment that then, right, became everything together. Now it created a base for you to implement flavors. It's the same thing we wanted to do with Prosecco, but completely the opposite. When you have a naked wine, because that's what we call wines with bubbles, all the faults in wine are exposed to you. So Prosecco is naked. But they needed to add sugar because it's a very ugly naked. Glera is bitter, doesn't like to grow, right? It's terpenic, so you have a lot of aromatics. So you needed to mask all those aromas, all these flavors with sugar. But when you grow Glera and you really love it, and you don't need to add sugar, you then create what we feel is the perfect vision of Prosecco. We didn't invent the process, but we feel we perfected it. As a byproduct of that, we now can, for the first time as a winery, talk about health and wellness, zero sugar, right? Keto friendly, right? Non-GMO, organic, all these incredible things about wine, right? Think about a bottle of wine. It has 30 sugar packages in it. One bottle of wine. Ours has less than 3. This is quintessential, especially for a product that requires sugar to have bubbles. We figure a way of not doing that by reducing the CO2, freezing the available sugars, and filter them out. But the other thing that Prosecco Zero created was that it was the perfect environment for mixology. Why? Because it didn't have sugar. It actually created a fresh, crisp environment, and we call it in the bartender world, we lifted the cocktail, right? That's why an Aperol Spritz, if you only put Prosecco, you don't put soda water, it becomes too sweet, right? Because it has Prosecco. But now you can make a skinny spritz. You don't have to add any soda water. Aperol, Prosecco Zero, skinny spritz. Skinny mimosa. Why don't you grab a half an orange, glass of Prosecco, squeeze half an orange in it? It's really incredible the things that you can do. French 70-0, French 75, but instead of you topping it with Prosecco, you top it with Prosecco Zero. So what? You created an environment with less sugar, less hangover, less problems, but most importantly, you can drink more of it, right? What is the trend of mixology? Low ABV, right? Why? Because low ABV usually suggests it has less sugar. But now you can create the same environment with no sugar. Thank you, guys.
Irvin, are we gonna savor some bottles?
Let's savor bottles.
Let's do it,
Sugar-free
guys.
bottles only.
We're gonna do it on the patio, and I think Scott, you have.
I'm gonna do the savor, and then every person who's competing needs to go to Sky so she can start putting your name in the
Competitors,
Instagram.
this is Sky.
So the trick to savoring a bottle, guys, is you want to obviously take the foil off. We were talking about the pressurized environment that bottles need. When you make a bottle of sparkling wine, you actually use 4 bottles. 2 for one half, 2 for the other half. So you want to put it sideways, which is the weakest side. You then want to twist it, but don't take away the cage. Touch 3 times.
Hey!
Then you do it twice. Twice or 3 times usually. Yes.
And you can drink out of that.
And you can absolutely drink out of that because all the glass completely went away. Salud.
Cheers.
See?
Just don't drink straight out of it.
That's
with
what the
your mouth.
bucket is for.
No shotgun.
You could do shotguns if you're Tamara. 45-degree angle. Hold it strong. Hold it. These are the most important part. You have to hold it hard. Yeah. And then you want to go to the side of the bottle because that's where you're gonna savor. And then you want to not take the cage off. Yeah. That's it. And then hold it strong. Touch it 4 times. Now, my guest of honor, Joe, you have to savor now.
Let me try.
Do we have another one?
Right there.
Yes, perfect. So, this is for a disclaimer for all my lawyers. I need somebody on video. This guy's worth a lot of money, so. Anyway, so I already took it off.
Okay.
Yeah. So you want to hold a 45-degree angle. Yeah. Take the cage, but don't take it off. Just leave it
Okay.
undone. And
Three
then,
taps.
and then 3 touches and then you go through them. You're going to break it, it's okay. But you go through it with the not sharp part of the knife.
Okay.
So, you don't want to stand behind him and do like you did tomorrow?
I'm going to use my, it's CDC guidelines, suggest I should be away.
I'm vaccinated. No. Alright, so
6
not
degrees
the
and then
sharpest.
this end, okay.
So 45 degrees.
This.
You got a natural.
Well, I did break it.
Yes, fantastic.
That's okay, you did break it.
Yeah, but everything fine.
Good job. Good job, man. Oh yeah, they're broken.
Now you gotta drink the whole thing.
Oh my god.
Now you chug.
Good job. Yeah, thanks. Oh, you taught me though, you're a good teacher. Yeah, you're a good teacher.
Okay, 4 times or 3 times to get the bubbles going, and then just, but you have to go through it, yeah? So yeah, but 45-degree angle. So this needs to be that. And go 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right.
Woo! Damn!
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, there you go.